don't ever believe a nigga that cries. Those tears are crocodile tears. Don't ever believe he's really sorry if he cries. Please, my love, don't believe it. Izwangan, don't believe it. I literally just finished doing my makeup, as you can see, and yeah, I just wanted to do a story time with you guys before I head out about a cautionary tale. That actions speak louder than words, they really do. Anyway, if you're wondering, I'm drinking green tea and lemon juice in here. A lot of warm stuff is good for us in this season. It's a flu season and there's corona, honey. Take care of yourself. Anyway, so I'm gonna tell you guys about how I dated a doctor of psychology. And he dribbled me. So I remember when I started dating him, I had just started the church that I'm currently a member of now. And I love my church. So I just really started understanding what it was to be a child of God, and not just saved, but an actual child of God, and what it meant and what it required from me. And so I met him around this time, and he was everything I thought I needed. Everything. Like he ticked all the boxes. He also was saved. He also went to a church, even though it is a different type of church, but like he just ticked all the boxes. Like he did it for me. He did it for me. And so I was like, no man, this is it. Like I'm happy here. So we decided to date. And I hate smoking. I hate people that smoke. I don't hate them, but the habit itself is disgusting to me. And the taste itself is to me. So for me to date him, my dad must just show you that like he sold himself really well for me to date someone that smokes. Like that is one thing that I'm always like, I would never. But I dated him and he smokes and I would kiss him after smoking. So at this point, my feelings overrode my disgust for cigarettes, my disgust of the taste of cigarettes, everything. Okay, sharp. We date. And then he starts changing. And I remember when we started dating, he hadn't qualified yet for being a doctor of psychology. He was doing, I think, practicals at hospital and whatever. And like he just had a small Yaris Nyana. And when we had started dating, when he bought his first Audi, Kumunandi, like this is my man. We go everywhere together. I spend all my time with him. I was happy and I was content in my relationship. Washington. Omuntu is forever out now. And I'm like, now we're going out to clubs all the time. Now there's always girls around that know him, and he's not well known here because he had just moved here. He was living with his mom somewhere else, like a 4-hour drive from Richards Bay. And his dad lives here, but he didn't live here predominantly his whole life. So I'm like, not thinking much of it. Okay, more guys, tells me dreams. We're always talking about marriage. We're always talking about the future. We're always talking about just yeah guys, begumnandi bengila. Ha! Nje begumnandi ngai bengila. Shop. Mukai. Nje, okay, we do everything together. Gumnandi. Then he subs out his car. Like he had just bought his Audi. Not even a year into his first car, he bought another one. Like he swapped it out though. I'm like, but why? Like, if you feel or anything, he's like, no, nothing's wrong with it. I'm like, then why did you swap it out? He's like, nah, I just felt like I needed a different car. At this point, I'm like, hey, mara le flexi puma manch, yabo. Le attitude of flex, because it's a qualified mukai now has man. I'm like, hey, okay, shut. It's not my money. much of it. Has his car, we're still going strong. Then he starts working a lot. I'm not thinking much of it. I'm thinking fairly he wouldn't have been working a lot before. Now he's working a lot because he has more expenses to pay off and stuff like that. I'm not thinking a lot of it. Sharp, I take his word for everything he says. I'm not questioning. I'm trusting him. Okay, we date. Then the one night, now I was more serious about church, and not church to be specific, but about my walk with Christ and understanding my calling and understanding what it means to be a child of God and what it required of me at the time. And so at this point, I'm like, I'm not gonna have sex anymore. He's like, I'm like, well, I want to be celibate, and I feel like me and you read the same Bible, so you should understand that. At first he wasn't having it, but I was like, well, it's easy to not have it because it's my body and I'm not doing it. And if kukhula loco, just get another girlfriend, because at the same time I'm not gonna deal with you cheating on me. So I'm giving you the option of either span or we still doing it, but since I'm taking this away from the relationship, by all means you can leave. I do understand, and I will continue to understand. Muka's like, no, I love you and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going anyway. I'm like, oh, so sweet. Okay, sharp, I'm not going. Okay, we carry on dating. But now he's always busy. It's always busy. Carry on dating, not a problem. Then this one night, I think I was at church for all-night prayer. No, rehearsal, youth, something. But I think I was at some meeting or something. I was doing something at church that night. He picked me up, and because he's married friend and his wife were having a housewarming. So he was like, oh no, can I go with him? I'm like, no, of course, and I like your friends. Let's go to the housewarming. Go to the housewarming. So in the car, I'm still like fixing myself up. Was I doing my makeup or my hair? Something like that in the car. So he leaves. At this point, he's picking me up and he's already turned. First of all, this is not the guy I met. I met a God-fearing guy who was about church. Not that he didn't drink, but not to the extent that he's always drinking now. He's always going out, he's always drinking now. But at the same time, I don't want to come off judgmental just because I've found myself at a higher spiritual ground of understanding, or just because I've made certain choices and decisions with my personal walk with Christ. I'm like, okay, sharp, whatever, not a biggie. Okay, we get there. I'm like, okay, babe, I need to fix up. He's like, oh, no problem, let me go in while you're thinking. I'm just gonna let them all know that you're busy in the car. I'm like, sharp. He leaves both his phones in the car. He never does this. If you've ever met a guy who's dodgy, guys all the time, everywhere they go, phone, packets, that was him. He never left his phones anyway. He could forget anything. My phone, I saw it. I got the phone. Okay, I'm like, how should my phone? Okay, no problem. But I know both of these phones have passwords, and I don't know these passwords. And I've never asked for the passwords because I don't want to know. I trust him. I don't want to know. Hey, I'm busy. And then someone just says to me, Thobeka, open these phones. The one phone is a work phone for the hospital that they call them up, and the other one is his personal line. So I put a phone. I'm like, personal line. I'm like, no man, I'm not gonna do that. It's trusted. Vula le phone. Something in me is like, yeah, again. Vul phone. May I open the phone? No password. Open the phone. Phone is no password. I'm like, weird. And my instincts are, I guess he's not really doing anything dodgy. The fact that I can open his phone and he doesn't have password, that means he's not doing anything dodgy. I think Mugai didn't have passwords because he knew I wasn't about that going through his phone live. I genuinely did not care. I did not care. I could not care. What is on his phone, what he's doing with his phone, who he's talking. I'm gonna end up, I just didn't care. As long as I was happy, I'm gonna end up. Okay, I'm on Vuli phone. I'm like, hey, I've never gone through anyone's phone. What I'm about to do here. Go to WhatsApp. Whoever invented WhatsApp. Yo! The shit I found on WhatsApp. About 8 or 9 girls. Definitely not less than 8. The other 4 were born with man. It's just sexual. Even the conversations, it's sexual. La babanyu yabon saibo. My relationship, Lana. Kuma is giving them advice on what to do when they're done studying and future. I'm like, oh, what is going on? And none of these girls know he has a girlfriend. Like, man, not even one. I'm like, what is going on? The pictures I saw. Can I just say some girls are very explicit? Wow. Hey, I'm traumatized. I'm in the car. I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, why am I still getting ready to leave this car? Like, I'm going home. I sit in the car, I start crying. Yo, have you ever cried and calculated your crying? Okay, maybe he's about to come back in the next 5 minutes, yeah? You want to cry the whole time, but you want to cry that's me. Guy again, like this guy is just not coming to the car to check up on me. I'm like, what? This guy wants to take his phone to come to the car. Eventually comes to the car. By the time he comes to the car, I'm done crying. I'm in acceptance mode. I'm in shock mode. I'm in what am I meant to do with this information mode. I'm no longer in crying mode. I've gone past the grieving part of what I've just found on his phone. It's in the car. I'm dazed. Like, I'm just like, you know, he's like, babe, what's going on? Like, yeah, but why are you dazed? I'm like, bruh, I'll bring the phone. He's like, oh, okay, no, shut up. What do you want to do on it? I'm like, no, I need you to open it and go to your WhatsApp and tell me what you find. He's like, he's so turned to this point. He's like, what are you doing on my WhatsApp? I'm like, who are you talking to? You talking to like that? Who are you talking to like that? He's like, what are you doing on my WhatsApp? I'm like, when's I mean? Alright, we talk about it. I'm crying. I got the courage to cry again. I needed those waterworks so you could see just how much he hurt my ass. And I'm not used to crying because my mom doesn't cry and she taught me to be very strong. So sometimes I have a problem with crying because I'm like, oh, I really need to cry because this person needs to understand just how much this whole thing got me twisted. But I can't cry. Crying is such a mission for me. I can get cry. What do you say? Umuntu usetatazela is never seen me cry before. I'm like, crying. It's the one. Cry. I'm like, we need to leave because I'm not staying here. He's like, babe, can we please go in? Because now they already know you're here. They're gonna know we have problems. And like, he knows. And if you know me, I'm the type of good team. If we have problems, I'm not about to let people know we got problems in public. My problems are your problems and we're gonna sort them out alone. Shut. Okay, let's go in. We're not staying long. He's like, shut. We go in, we chill with his friends. And lapo, when I see my love it, I'm smelling abuze. I'm like, in my heart, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna kill this person. I'm like, oh, the girls that he's kissed. Ugh, the vaginas he's kissed with these lips. Ugh, like, I'm disgusted. We leave. We get to his house. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go to my best friend's house. My best friend's house is not far from his house. And please drive me to my best friend's house. He's like, no, let's just talk about this in the morning. I'm really too drunk. I'm like, cool, you're too drunk. It's fine. We'll talk about it in the morning. When you fetch me at my best friend's house, we can talk about it in the morning. But I'm not sleeping next to you at this point. I don't know how many girls are in this bed that I'm sleeping in. He's like, nah, I'm gonna calm down, what the hell, blah, blah, blah. That's what I'm asking. I'm too soft on this one, he doesn't know. I'm like, hey, okay. Hey, alali, it's so Baba, I'm kaya. I don't even want to go to my best friend's house. I want to go home. My house is like a 30 minutes drive from his place. I'm like, I want to go home. He's like, what are you going to say to him? I'm like, I don't care what I'm going to say to mom, but I want to go home. He's like, no, blah, 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 blah. He's sorry, blah, blah, blah. We talk. He starts crying. Don't ever believe a nigga that cries. Those tears are crocodile tears. Don't ever believe he's really sorry if he cries. Please, my love, don't believe it. He's my man, don't believe it. I'm like, why are you crying? No, don't cry. I keep hearing. I keep it one knee now. And one knee is crying, telling me how much he loves me and how he's sorry about everything, and it was just about sex. I'm like, but these other girls who are like your girlfriends, he's like, yeah, no, he had to, because not all of them are easy, but the ones that are easy, I can also tell it was just about sex. Manje wena, you need a dozen of hoes. He's like, no, he's really sorry, it's just about sex and I'm not giving him anymore because I'm celibate and whatever. I'm like, yeah, but I thought we were celibate together. He's like, yeah, no, he's sorry, he's also gonna get on the right path, blah, blah, blah. Go ring him, lo. It's okay, it's fine. I shot. Same. On the way home, my mind is like, I'm at Thobeka. So we sleep away. Also we sleep. I'm like, actually, I want details as to how you met them, how long you've been courting most of them, what have you done with them, how much they know about you. I want to know everything. He's like, no, but the information is gonna hurt you. There's no need for that. We're moving on now, and you know we're gonna get married. Blah 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 blah. I'm too late now because I'm full of looking cool, and what I know is that men don't like girls that I hate too much. Right? It's okay, you know what? You've already spoken a lot about the subject. Just keep quiet at this point. If he's making you an idiot, whatever. Told you. Okay, get home. I'm excited now. I'm getting married. I'm telling my best friend. I didn't tell a lot of people. To my best friend, to my mom. Hey guys, I'm gonna shut up. Now you're looking buzzed. Hey, yeah, you must let me know what date your family prefers. I can talk to my family for my lobola. I'm like excited. And I prayed. I think 2 days later, I prayed at midnight. And in my prayer, something's just like, A, B, C, D is not adding up here. 1 + 1 is not equaling 2, but it's equaling 14. Relax. I'm like, relax. Give me 2 weeks. I'm like, Holy Spirit, what? Give me 2 weeks. I'm like, who am I? I'm going to listen to God. God says I must give him 2 weeks. I'm giving him 2 weeks. So I'm going, I'm just know my family's delaying. Calm down. Give it some time. You know, they're busy with some other stuff, my advertising, blah, 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 blah. Alright, shut. He leave me. We calm down. And then a friend of mine, that 1 week doesn't even end. A friend of mine calls me. She's like, Thobeka, what's your boyfriend's name and surname? I'm like, so and so. She's like, what car does he drive? I'm like, this car. She said, you know my friend who? I'm like, yeah, I know her. Like, we chill with her sometimes. She's like, well, she just described the exact nigga and said she went on a date with him. I'm like, no, he's at work. He's at work. Yeah, no, he's at work. She's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, let me call the nigga. She's like, okay, well, so-and-so also wants your number so she can call you because she didn't know and she feels like shit now. I'm like, no problem. Give her my number. I called him, I'm like, babe, how was work? He's like, oh, work is so stressful. I just got back. I'm so tired. Labo Nyamu's what he's driving into his driveway at this point. So this is kind of making sense that my friend says that her friend just got off a date with him because this nigga in a car, you know? But at the same time, I'm thinking, he did say he's going to work. Maybe he just got back from work for real. He just got back from the hospital. Okay, babe, what did you do today? No, I just worked a lot. Had a lot of work today. I didn't go anywhere. I'm like, you even go out for lunch at least? He's like, no, I didn't go out for lunch. I didn't drink. Oh, shit, what are you going to eat? It's dinner. He's like, no, I'm just going to make something bigger. I'm like, okay, sharp. Give her the phone. The girl calls me. She's like, hey, Thobeka. I'm like, hey, babes. And the girl's like 1 or 2 years younger than me. Yeah, she's younger than me. I'm like, hey, babe. My friend who says that you went on a date with a guy like this. Did you know that was my boyfriend? And like, actually, technically, we engaged at this point. And she's like, hey, dude. This guy told me doesn't have a girlfriend. Oh, okay. He told you he doesn't have a girlfriend. Yeah, he said he doesn't have a girlfriend. Okay, shut up. What else did he say to you? She's like, you know what? Why don't I send you a WhatsApp conversation? I'm like, you can do that? She's like, yeah, I can email it to you. And it will send the whole thing and you'll be able to view it as if you're actually on your phone on WhatsApp or like on my phone. I'm like, okay, shut up. She sends me the WhatsApp conversation via email. The whole thread is there from the first day to the last day, which is that day that he just dropped her off. And even like picking her up is there. Every day he's talking to her is there. Figuring out where she stays is there. Like, he's talking to this girl actively every day, sending flippant selfies of himself when he comes back from work. Like, oh, I'm so tired, babe. No mention of a girlfriend. Not even one. I'm like, okay, let me call him. She's like, okay, sharp. I call him. I'm like, babe, do you know Uban Ban Ban? He's like, yeah, no, I know her, but just in passing. I'm like, okay, well, she says you took on a date today and you guys have been talking for X amounts of time. He's like, there's no such thing. These girls are such groupies. She's just trying to get clout on my name because I'm a medical professional. I'm like, yeah, sometimes you niggas really do think too much of yourselves, to be honest. But anyway, it's like because of medical professional, because of who I am. She's trying to get clout on my name. Me and her are just friends on Instagram, and that's where it ends. We talk there and there, but like nothing's happened between me and her. Like, I've never even let her sit in the front seat of my car. Shut. I call the girl. I'm like, babes, this guy is saying such. She's like, baby, LT, let me download call recorder app. Now, guys, this is like 2015, 16, like it was a while back. Like, I didn't even know a lot about the call recorder app. I didn't even know there was such an app. I found out the call recorder app. And I used it a lot after that. I might just bring it back because y'all be dodged. Anyway, like, let me download this call recorder app. She downloads the call recorder app. Let me call him and I'll record the call for you. I'm like, please do that. It's time. She calls him, she records the whole conversation. With the guy's like, yeah, no, I'm so sorry. I didn't tell you I have a girlfriend. She's like, a girlfriend? She's telling me you guys are engaged. She's like, yeah, no, we are engaged, but we have so many problems right now. And that's why I was talking to you. I'm really sorry that I put you in the middle of all of this. But I am with her and I do love her. But I also love you. And, you know, we just have a lot of problems right now. That's the only reason why I did this. And I'm sorry that I hurt you in the process of all of this. But I do love her and I don't want to lose her. And okay. I value phone babes. And sending the recording. I listened to it, and when he calls me, he's like, babe, is this girl still talking trash? I'm like, yes. ukurecordile but ukhuluma naye manje efonini and this is what she said. It's like there's no such thing. She forged that. I'm like, are you sure? Like, yeah. I'm like, let me send you the recording. I send him the recording. He's like, no, she forged it. I'm like, how did she forge it? She's like, he doesn't know, he's gonna find out, but he's gonna sue her for defamation of character. I'm like, this ain't no defamation of character. I've caught you as well. You are a cheater. He's like, no, there's no such thing, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, I don't see. I'm good. I'm done. I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. Okay. He starts crying. At this point, I'm not fazed by this man's tears no more. Second time I'm catching you cheating. Second time you're crying. I'm seeing a pattern now. What's more banjo when you're I'm like, whatever, bro. I'm like, dude, I'm good. He's like, no, I ain't thing. I can't. And what did I do? I blocked his number. But I still had an Android. So with my phone, what happened at the time is that even if I blocked you, SMSs could come through. And you just couldn't call me. Like, if you called me to go to voicemail, and I would get the voicemail message, but I wouldn't get like the call. He says, so he's trying to call me, I'm not answering. He sends me messages like, please tell my mom and my dad that I love them so much and I appreciate everything they've done for me, but I just couldn't do this anymore. Suicidal Mangelona. Oh, hey, sus. I don't even take him seriously at this point. Then his siblings stop calling me. His sister starts calling me. His brother starts calling me. They're like, dude, where is the nigga? We can't find him. We're trying to call him. He's sending us weird messages. And we're scared because, and I know as well, like, he had a flippin' pharmacy in his house. Like, he had a lot of medication. Like, he could kill a horse kind of medication. I'm like, hey, now I'm singing, I'm getting worried. I'm calling his colleagues, I'm calling his friends at the closest place. I'm like, guys, please go check on. The others are laughing at me. Lorna is a doctor of psychology. He's playing you, bruh. He's playing you proper. He's playing a mental game with you. I'm like, no, guys, please go check on him. It's fine. They're like, bruh, okay, we'll check, but hey, I'm checking. And then one of his siblings ends up finding him and apparently makes him vomit the pills out. They were right, and they're like asking me to just continue talking to him until he's in a better mental space. Mind you, these are your doctors. These are the doctors you guys go to when you're not in a good mental space. Those niggas got more problems than you, trust me. Those niggas ain't okay up here. They not okay. They are not okay. Anyway, he's like, so I'm like, okay, sharp, I'll talk to him. We talk, he's like, no, baby, I'm really sorry. I'm like, okay. Okay. Okay, now I know he's still upset, we'll talk. Probably I'll come see you tomorrow. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, I'm like, we'll talk tomorrow. It's okay, baby, I love you. Mobile phone. Blocked him. I was like, you're a team. My phone will bulala lo. Akube njalo mageni ngeke mfethu. Udlala umfana. Hey, udlala umfana phela manje. And that's how our relationship ended. Moral of the story. Do not buy the dream. That nigga sold me my fairy tale. Yeah, loves. That's my story about how I dated a psychologist, and don't do it. But not all guys are the same. I'm gonna say this. It's just I have some very funky stories about relationships I've been in, and people that know me will tell you I've been through it. I've done some crazy stuff for relationships. But anyway, loves, I will have more story time and I hope you guys enjoy. Love you, love you, love you. Don't forget to subscribe. Please, notification gang. Watch every video. You want to be here for my girl. Be here for me, my love, my everything. Love you.